All right, hey, how's it going? Yes, all right. You are watching. Thank you. You are watching Big Jims Blogcast Live, episode 346, version 8.0. All right, thank you for those likes and loves. I'm just going to do a little bit more sharing here to groups. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Star Wars fan groups. There we go. All right. So, anyways, yeah. How's everybody tonight? There we go. All right. Done. All right. There we go. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live. Version 8.0, episode 346. It is Sunday, July 19th, 2026. We're basically in the middle of summer here. If this is your first time here, welcome. I will give you my spiel here, all right, give me a minute here. Hold on. Let's see. Here. Yeah, there we are. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I'll give you my intro. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, 2026 edition. You're catching episode 346. Larry, I see you coming on. Heidi, there we go. The crew's already here, the usual suspects. Big Jims Blogcast Live airs Sunday nights, certain Sunday nights on Facebook, the occasional Friday, the occasional 1 o'clock Wednesdays. Big Jims Blogcast Live is in our third year. We debuted back in 2019. Big Jims Blogcast Live, we do craft beer reviews with a good cigar, spirit, rum, whiskey. Tonight we've got it's Lone Pine West Coast IPA by the Sawdust City Brewery in Graveshurst, Ontario. Accompanying that, we've got Gibson's Finest Whiskey. And accompanying that, we've got our good cigar here. It is an Epicure Hoya Montero Habana. Right there from Riverfront Cigars. All right. So, anyways, good one there. Yeah, we pair all that up. I've done over 250 craft beer reviews, and counting plus. So we talk about classic movies, classic TV, classic pro wrestling, classic rock, classic sci-fi, classic albums, local events, bongos, countdowns, birthday shout-outs to our friends. With Cactus Jack here. All right. So, anyways, yeah, retro, vintage, classic, nostalgia, yesteryear are the buzzwords here. All politics and religion are off limits. That's a no-no. Thank you for watching. Tune in, turn on, enjoy the show. Like us, subscribe to us. Share, subscribe to Big Jims Blogcast Live. We're not spam. I'm going to reiterate this. I'm going to repeat this several times tonight. Remind you guys. Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio portion of the Big Jims Blogcast Live will go out on all these audio podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Listen Notes, and all these odd podcasts where you audio podcasts. I do have my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Look for that. I want to give shouts out everybody tonight in the Port Elgin groups. A group I'm an admin of, Port Elgin Rocks. If you're tuning in, I just became an admin of it about a couple of days ago. Sarnia Rocks, Sarnia, Michelle, you guys rock. All the Sarnia groups, all the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the craft beer, of the heart. Van Halen, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock, Bob Seger groups, the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's, right on. So yeah, and so All right. So yeah. Anyways, so this is Big Jim Blogcast Live. And I'm gonna oh yeah, my disclaimer for tonight. Now I may say a few bad, dirty words like shit, damn, screw, fuck. They're gonna slip out tonight. So if that's you, if you are offended by those words or any other words, cover your ears, go to your safe space, go get a beer or something, because those words might slip out tonight. So yeah, all right. Yeah. So anyways, we've got a good. Like before we get to my beer here, we're gonna do some. We usually do birthday shoutouts, countdowns, local events. We're going to do a Sam Neill tribute. Wait a minute. There we go. Hold on. There we are. All right. So, anyways. All right. So, anyways, yeah. All right. Whoops. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So, but we've got like what's on tap tonight. We've got a tribute to Sam Neill. We've got like Jan Michael Vincent double shot with a classic movie of his, Damnation Alley and Airwolf-Season 1. We've got we've got like we're going to review SummerSlam 1991 by the WWF, our classic Cowboy-Derek Kennard. From Empire Strikes Back, the Bespin Cloud Car, our classic 007 Bond Girl, Tiffany Case, our classic albums, Bob Seger-Night Moves, of course, This Week in Van Halen History, so let's kick it off. Yeah, let's kick it off here. Like I said, I've got like a good cigar tonight, Hoya Montero Habana, it's an Epicure. Order. All right, but we've got our classic, our craft beer for tonight. We've got we've got like Lone Pine West Coast IPA by Sawdust City. Before we get into that, I usually rate these beers out of 10. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. Those of you who are here, like been tuning in for a long time, know the drill. If you're new here, it's the first time I try these beers. Lone Pine West Coast IPA. It's by the Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario. But I do give it a rating out of 10. Let's see. All right, here's my beer rating system: 10 to 9. There we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Outstanding, awesome, excellent, very good, above average, average, below average, not very good, terrible, and awful. So we want it to land like right up here. So give it the smiley face. So, and also, we've got the Ontario Craft Beer Guide, the Growler. This is volume 6, issue 1. This tells you all, it's your Ontario Craft Beer Guide. It tells you all about all the up-to-date craft breweries in Ontario, Canada. You can get that at your local LCBO or your local craft brewery. So right here in Sarnia. So, yeah, so here we go. This is like the craft beer rating system. All right. So, anyways, I'm going to give this a snort first. Gibson's Finest Whiskey. See, I don't have very much left of it. So, cheers, everyone. All right. So, anyways, like I said, I am trying this beer for the very first time tonight. I'm going to give it a 4. All right. So here we go. Look at that. All right. I don't have one of their glasses, but look at that. Wait till the head goes down on that one. Lone Pine. Like I said, it's a malt. All right, so it's a West Coast style IPA. It's a 6.5% alcohol volume. Barley, Crystal, Caramunch Type 1, hops, yeast, California Ale, Summit, Simcoe, Columbus, Cinnamon, Chinook. Oh, there we go. Okay, so anyways, and also, yeah, like I said, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10. Later on in the blogcast, like I said, yeah, so anyways, if you're new here, yeah, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10. It's got to grow on me all through the blogcast, like I said. All right, so anyways, gonna top this up a little bit more. Okay. All right. All right. So look at that. Not bad. Okay. A little bit of that. It's not a bad beer, first off. There's a little bit of a tangy aftertaste to it. We've got like the... okay, Sawdust City Brewery. You approach a solitary windswept pine as it sits stoically among its tiny perch of Canadian shield, and you wonder to yourself, why does this beautiful tree stand alone? This is on the back of the can. Then as you step closer in awe its majestic splendor, a branch blows down and slaps you right across the face. I don't want that to happen. All right. So, Lone Pine IPA is aggressively hopped and bursting with flavors of pine and citrus, loaded with mounds of hops and balanced like a blend of 4 different malts. Like the trunculent tree, each glass is a pine bow across your face. Well, okay. Well, since he put it that way, yeah, you can taste the citrus in it. Look at that mustache, beer mustache there. So, anyways, yeah. It does leave a little bit of a pine aftertaste to it. So, and like I said, I do give this a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. I'll give it a rating from later on in the blogcast. And if you guys want to play along and, throw out a number between 1 and 10, see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. So, and whenever I do these craft beer reviews, I just don't go, well, it's a very exquisite, highbrow, elite, high society tasting beer. No, I go with my gut and I go with what's in here. So we'll give this a little top up, and we'll place this back here for now. All right. So, yeah. All right. So we'll get to our birthday shout outs. And so, yeah, and if you hear a hissing sound, that's just me like air freshener. I don't want the apartment to smell like an ashtray, but yeah. Like I said, I do give this a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around and you want to throw out a number between 1 and 10, feel free to do so. I am just, hello everybody. There we go. So I'm going to share some more of this. All right, there we go. Yeah. All right. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's see where I can... All right. So, okay. So, all right. Okay. There we are. Next. All right. Oops. There. All right. Okay, yeah. So, welcome to Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 346. It's Sunday, July 19th, 2026. And before we get into birthday shout-outs, I'm just coming off like a week's vacation. Topping it up, we went to the casino on Saturday night. Yeah, Friday or Saturday night, won some money. But, not enough to retire, so I'm still here. So there we go. So anyways, at the end, yeah, we had a good time. I had a good time on vacation. Got to go back to work tomorrow. So let's get into some birthday shout outs here. All right. That is like a Hoya Montero Habana Epicure number from Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia. So, all right. So we're going to get into some like birthday shout-outs here. There we go. I introduced my sidekick here. All right. So anyways, from July 13th to the 19th, Evelyn Hathaway, Jen Little, Paul Martin, Monique Richard, Brenda Stevenson, Dave Woodward, Shannon Wolf, Toby Green, and Debbie Felice. Happy birthday, everyone, from Big Jim Blogcast Live. And my sidekick, Cactus Jack, here. So, again, Evelyn Hathaway, from July 13th to the 19th. Evelyn Hathaway, Jen Little, Paul Martin, Monique Richard, Brenda Stevenson, Dave Woodward, Shannon Wolf, Toby Green, Debbie Felice. Happy birthday, everyone, from Big Jim Blogcast Live and Cactus Jack. Go out, celebrate your birthdays. What do you think, Cactus Jack? Big Jim Blogcast Live, happy birthday, everybody.
Big Jim Blogcast Live, happy birthday, everybody.
Good. All right. So, yeah, boom, bam. A little bongo solo there for everyone who wanted it. We'll get into that. Yeah, so boom, bam. And tonight, all right, so I will start us off. Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on all these audio podcasts where you listen to your podcast to Spotify, Apple. I got my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. Want to give thanks to all the people in the Port Elgin groups, especially Port Elgin Rocks. If you're watching through there tonight, I became admin of that group. Sarnia, what's up, Sarnia? Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, Bob Seger, hard rock, hair metal, classic rock groups, the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, pro wrestling, classic blog and vlog groups, TV and movies, birthdays, bongos. Right on, people. Yeah, and if you want to call me up on the hotline later on tonight, it's 1-800-867-5309. Use your rotary phone or your cell and ask me, hey, Jim, we love the blogcast. How's that beer going down? So, pretty good. So, 1-800-867-5309. Toll free to call. You don't need your parents' permission. All right, bam. All right, so, yeah, nope. And I've got the Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug here. All right, with the harmonica in there. All right. So, and our craft beer tonight, we got it going on. All right, with a good cigar, a Hoya Montero Habana. Pairing that with like our Gibson's Finest Whiskey. And I see. All right. Cheers. All right. And tonight's craft beer, we've got it is Lone Pine. It's a West Coast IPA, and it's by Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. If somebody could share this with Gravenhurst, with the fine folks of Sawdust City, please do. So as I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight, and so, all right, yeah, you can taste. I'll top this up a little bit. Taste the citrus in it. The hop. Oh boy, it is like a branch that blows across your face. You can really taste it leaves a pine aftertaste to it. So, but it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. Whether it's a spring, summer, fall beer, back deck, patio, beach, barbecue beer. I'm going to elaborate on that. It's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. So we'll give it a little top up. Oh yeah, got that beer mustache going. So we'll just place this back here for now. All right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 346. It is Sunday, July 19th, 2026. All right. So, all right. So why don't we get into some countdowns now? All right. All right. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to start at the bottom. Grandparents' Day is 56 days away. Labor Day weekend is 50 days away. Halloween is 104 days away. The August Civic Long Weekend is 13 days away. Fall is 65 days away. Christmas is 159 days away. And for those of you who have been complaining about the heat, wintertime, unfortunately, is 105 days away. Boo for winter. We don't like winter. So, all right. So, anyways, all right. So, yeah, like I said, if you've been complaining about this heat, take it in, take summer in. Don't waste a minute of summertime, because you know what's going to happen in 3 or 4 months' time. It's going to be like wall-to-wall snow, and I just cannot. I can't deal with that right now. So, anyways, as we get to we're going to get to some local events here. So, yeah, roller skating. It's every Saturday or Sunday at 1400 Wellington Street, Sarnia, Clearwater Arena. It's put on by a guy named Brad Fisher, great guy, roller skating avidist, roller skating fanatic there. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Adults get in for $7, under 16, $5. You can rent skates, roller skates for $3. It's really a good time. Saturday, August 8th is the Rumblefish 30th Anniversary Cruise. 2026 on the Duke du Orleans, 6:30 to 10 p.m., 297 Front Street North. Ticket info, contact one of the members of Rumblefish for tickets. So, all right, you got the Ice Cream Festival, Sunday, September 20th, 2026, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m., Pinery Market, 10163 Lakeshore Road, Grand Bend. Admission is $2. Kids under 10 are free. There's going to be over 200 vendors with, like, lots of ice cream related stuff. Like, I mean, it's going to be a good time, because I went a couple of years ago and it's just wall-to-wall ice cream stuff. So, Sarnia Book Fest, Saturday, September 19th, 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. DeGroots Nurseries, 1840 London Line, free admission. There are going to be 25 book vendors there, baskets. Yeah. London Comic Con 2026. September 26, 10 a.m. to September 27, 5 p.m., Western Fair Agriplex in London. It's going to be a good, that was a good time. I went a couple of years ago. I met Lou Ferrigno and Jake the Snake Roberts, and lots of, like, there's going to be classic toys there, toys, cosplay. I met interesting people there, a lot of interesting people dressed up as their heroes, like Star Wars, Star Trek, Trekkies there. I had a great time. Well worth the price of admission. Saturday, August 8th, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. to August 9th, Sarnia Rocks, Rising from the Ashes by Michelle Dion and Sarnia Rocks at Rustic, 905 Campbell Street. It's a 19-plus event, $10 at the door. If it's hosted by Michelle Dion, it's going to be a premium kick-ass event. Sarnia Rocks. So there we go. Saturday, August 22nd, 11 a.m. It's Hello to Harvest Season, the end of summer market, 210 Monk Street, Point Edward, by Big Biz Markets, Point Edward Community Hall, over 35 local vendors, and a licensed bar. It's 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. Saturday, August 29th, 2026, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Aces High and Jam Lackey at on the Duke du Orleans 2 cruise, 297 Front Street North. Contact the Aces High band for tickets, because it's going to be a good time. August 7th, 12 p.m. till August 9th, 5 p.m. is the 69th annual Steam Threshers reunion. 45. It's in Forest. Tractor show, tractor steam engine display, classic car show, beer gardens, live music. There's going to be a silent auction. That's going to be a good time right there. So, and it's in Forest. So don't miss that. Go on like events on Facebook for more details. There we go. All right. So, and that is our local events here. So yeah. All right. Bongo. All right. Boom. All right. Bam. And if you want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309. 867-5309. Call me on your rotary or your cell. Tell me, Jim, I like that. I like the blogcast tonight. How's that beer going down? Toll free to call, rotary or cell. There you go. Boom. All right. Yes, and we've got our good craft beer going on tonight. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 346, Sunday, July 19th, 2026. We've got a good cigar, Zahoya Montera Habana Epicure. So, accompanying my craft beer is Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right, so, okay. All right, there we are. All right, and tonight's craft beer, we've got Lone Pine. It's a West Coast IPA, Lone Pine, by Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. I've never been there myself, but like I said, I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right. So, yeah. There's like, it does taste, there's that little pine aftertaste to it. Yeah. And a little bit of citrusy in there. We've got some notifications here. What do we got here? All right, so there we are. All right, all good stuff. All right, so yeah, and like I said, I do give this a rating from 1 to 10 later on in the blogcast. You're still here and sticking around. You want to throw out a number between 1 and 10? Feel free to do so. We're all about audience participation here at the blogcast. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a little top up. It's got to grow on me all through the blogcast, and right now we're just getting through that aftertaste to it. So I'm just going to place it back here for now. All right. So as we get to like a movie and TV legend, basically. Where is he? Oh yeah, right here. So, all right. So, anyways. All right. So, okay. Well. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. We've got like earlier this month we had this guy. This is Sam Neill. He is like. Okay. There we go. Was born September 14th, 1947 in Omagh, County Tyrone in northern England. There we go. There's a closer look at him. Basically a legendary actor. I was watching a couple of his movies this weekend. Had quite a long film and TV career. Landfall, Sleeping Dogs. His movie career, The Final Conflict, Possum Enigma, Dead Calm, The Hunt for Red October, Jurassic Park, The Jungle Book, Event Horizon, The Horse Whisperer, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic Park World Dominion, Daybreakers, Escape Plan, TV, Ivanhoe. He was on The Simpsons, Cain and Abel, Family Pictures, Merlin, Dr. Zhivago, Rake, The Tudors. He was an accomplished published author. He was considered to... Well, here's one more. Here he is in Jurassic Park. I forget his character, but anyways, yeah, he was once considered to succeed. He was once considered to take over the James Bond role from Roger Moore, but ultimately that went to Timothy Dalton. So, and unfortunately, Sam passed away Monday, July 13th, at age 78 from pneumonia in Sydney, Australia. So, here he is. I was watching one of his movies. His best movies, I think, were Daybreakers with Ethan Hawke, where they played vampires. Jurassic Park, World Dominion, Jurassic Park 3, and Jurassic Park the original. Of course, Damien, in one of the scariest movies I've ever seen, The Final Conflict. There he is as the Antichrist, the Final Conflict of the Omen series. And yeah, basically, if you've got this movie, it's a really fucking scary movie. For let's see here, for 1981, really scary. So, all right, yeah, and so, all right, and as we, Sam Neill, basically a movie and TV legend, and I raise my glass to you, Mr. Neill, wherever you are right now. Cheers. We may do a 10 gong salute for him later on in the blogcast. You got to remind me of that, somebody. So, Heidi, if you're listening, you got to remind me of that. So, all right. And I did post more of Sam's career highlights on my blogcast page and my Facebook page, including the trailers for Jurassic Park and Omen, the Final Conflict. Whoa, all right, very scary, very, very scary. All right, and so, yeah, all right, bam. Bongo solo there. All right, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 346, Sunday, July 19th, 2026. So, anyways, yeah. Just big win to the casino Saturday night. Not enough to retire, but I'm still here. So, anyways, yeah. As we get into our classic movie, let's see that. We got a Jan Michael Vincent double shot here. So basically, he was born July 15th, 1944. So I figured it's appropriate. He was a couple of days ago. He would have celebrated his birthday a couple of days ago if he were still alive, but he passed away February 10th, 2019. So we've got a double shot of Jan Michael Vincent, and I did post more of his career highlights on my blogcast page. But it's sad, but I will get into that later on. We've got a classic movie here. All right. Is Damnation Alley. It was released October 21st, 1977. All right. So, anyways, all right. So, yeah. Premise of this movie, and I've got it on right now. It's a classic movie on Tubi. Yeah. So released October 21st, 1977. Its budget was $8 million, but it was a box office failure, so to speak. It only did $4 million at the box office. It's cast. Well, got right here the main cast. We've got Jan Michael Vincent as First Lieutenant Jake Tanner, the late George Peppard as Major Eugene San Denton, Paul Winfield as Sergeant Tom Keegan, not pictured here. And yeah, here is the Landmaster. That's a cool Land Rover there. Now, the gist of this movie, all right, so basically, Tanner and Denton, who dislike each other and request not to work with each other, share silo duty at an American Air Force base in the California desert. The U.S. detects incoming Soviet missiles. Tanner and Denton launch a retaliatory strike. U.S. is hit hard enough, but they managed to intercept 40% of the Soviet missiles. Now, 2 years later, the Earth is tilted off its axis. Nuclear detonation carrying massive storms. Giant scorpions are mutated. The Air Force base catches fire and explodes, killing most of the inhabitants. Tanner, Denton, and Keegan survive in an underground bunker. Tanner, Denton, and Keegan set out for Albany, New York, and two giant armored transport, 12-wheeled armored transport carriers called Landmasters. Again, there's there's the Landmaster right there, and there's another shot of the Landmaster, and there is Jan Michael Vincent at the wheel with the Major Sam Denton. All right, so they must cross. They've got to cross an area known as Damnation Alley with intense radiation. It's intense radiation. It's an intense radiation part of the country. Now, one of the Landmasters becomes disabled, and they must encounter mutated giant cockroaches and pick up two survivors. During the journey, they headed to Detroit to find spare parts for the Landmaster. They get caught up in an intense storm, drift in a large body of water. Earth returns to its normal axis. They reach land and make repairs and continue their journey and locate the Albany survivors. Now, this is a cool movie. All right, here's several pictures from the movie. You got there, that's Jackie Earle Haley, co-star. You've got Jake Tanner driving the Landmaster. Overlooking is Major Sam Denton. You've got the cool, really cool for its age, for the effects. I gotta tell you, this basically 20th Century Fox. They bet on there were two movies coming out that this year, two science fiction movies coming out. Damnation Alley was one of them, and there was another movie coming out called a little known movie called Star Wars: A New Hope, and 20th Century Fox executives bet big on Damnation Alley to be a major hit. So they left Star Wars alone, basically, with George Lucas. You can imagine how Lucas felt, but I mean, history has shown that Star Wars was the big moneymaker that year for 20th Century Fox and put 20th Century Fox on the map. So Star Wars was released May 25th, 1977. Damnation Alley was released October 21st, 1977. 20th Century Fox executives were seeing how Star Wars would do before Damnation Alley would how Damnation Alley would do at the box office. But it's a good movie. Damnation Alley is a good, cool, kick-ass movie. The special effects for its time were mid-70s special effects, but they're okay. You had Jan Michael Vincent, who would go on to Airwolf. You had George Papard, who would go on to the A-Team as Colonel Hannibal Smith. And I did post more of Damnation Alley, the trailer and several scenes from the movie on my blogcast page, my Facebook page. So look for that, that. And so and like I said, we got we have a Jan Michael Vincent double shot here, as Dominic Stringfield. And so, but all right, all right, boom, bam. All right. And like I said, the movie Damnation Alley. If you ever get a chance to pick it up, if you see it, pick it up. It's a cool movie for its time. So, So, yeah. As we get to before we get to that. And before we get to Airwolf, a double shot of Jan Michael Vincent, I want to remind everybody that Big Jims Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on all these on all these podcasts, audio list podcasts that you listen to your your podcast to Spotify, Apple, and a bunch of other podcasts. Plus, I got my own YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. I want to give shout out to everybody watching the Port Elgin groups, Port Elgin Rocks, where I'm an admin. Took over that group if you're watching from there. Sarnia groups, Sarnia Rocks, Michelle, you guys rock. All the pop culture, retro, classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All like the Van Halen, Bob Seger, hard rock, and classic rock groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, the blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos, Rubik's. Right on, people. So, yeah, my craft beer for tonight, accompanied by like good Cuban cigar here, Hoya Montana Habana, Hoya de Montera Habana Epicure. All right, so there we go. Little spray. And that is accompanied by Gibson's Finest Whiskey. Rare. Cheers, everyone. All right. And my craft beer for tonight, we've got Lone Pine by Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. Look at that texture. I don't have one of their glasses, but I'll just top this up. All right. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right, it's got a good taste to it. There's like a pine aftertaste, pine and citrus aftertaste to it. Whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer or wintertime beer, it's definitely got to grow on me all through the blogcast. And yeah, it's like 6.5% alcohol volume. You've got Canadian road barley in it. Summit Simcoe yeast, California ale yeast in there. Balanced with a blend of 4 different malts. So, yeah, like I said, it's got to grow on me all through the blogcast, and we got to. And if you want to throw in a number between 1 and 10 later on, see if it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. We're all about audience participation here at the blogcast. So I'll just set this back here. Sawdust City in Gravenhurst, Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario. And like I said, this is a Jan Michael Vincent double shot. There he is, a Stringfellow Hawk in Airwolf. Yeah, we've got season 1 of Airwolf. Who didn't think this was a cool show? This is an awesome ass-kicking cool show. It's like it debuted, the first season of Airwolf debuted January 22nd, 1984 for April 14th, 1984 for 12 episodes. You've got there's the main cast right there. Premise, it's the premise of Airwolf. Airwolf revolves around an advanced prototype, well-armed supersonic helicopter built by the Firm, a division of the CIA. What isn't a division of the CIA? So, headed by Archangel. Where's Archangel? Oh, right here. He's the guy in the white suit, the mysterious Archangel, the one with the patch over the eye. All right, there's both of them right there. He recruits pilot Stringfellow Hawk, co-pilot Dominic Santini, a World War II and Korean War vet who owns Santini Air in Van Nuys, California. That's the premise. Season 1 cast, Jan Michael Vincent is Stringfellow Hawk. Ernest Borgnine is Dominic Santini. Alex Cord is Michael Coltsis Briggs III, better known as Archangel. Deborah Pratt is Morella, Archangel's assistant. Now, the CBS, they put Airwolf in the Saturday 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. time slot. There we go. Airwolf, followed by opposite it was T.J. Hooker on ABC. All right. And Different Strokes and Give Me a Break on NBC right there. So, Different Strokes was in its second to last season, I think. They were running on fumes. So, yeah, they were so Airwolf, yeah. So, like I said, it was up against T.J. Hooker and Different Strokes, Give Me a Break. Oh, and Facts of Life, too, on NBC. So we've got, like, so, like I said, with, like, Airwolf, there's the helicopter right there. I forget the nickname they had for it, so, but, and yes, we also have, like, Jan Michael Vincent, a Stringfellow Hawk, the handsome hunk lead there. We've got most of the cast here for Airwolf. 11 episodes. Pilot episode, Airwolf's inventor, Dr. Henry Moffat, steals Airwolf. Takes Airwolf to Libya. Airwolf takes out the firm's bunker, killing a U.S. citizen. He takes Airwolf to Libya. Stringfellow Hawk and Santini are tasked to recover Airwolf, bring it home. But Hawk and Santini booby-trap Airwolf and hide it in a huge cave because Hawk wants the firm to locate his long-lost brother, who's MIA. Hawk and Santini begin flying missions for the firm in Airwolf. So, yeah. Here we go. Here's a better picture of, like, there we go. And, of course, Airwolf has all the bells and whistles on it. Like, its inventor was Dr. Charles Henry Moffat. It's got belly missile pods, a variety of rockets, air-to-surface missiles, Hellfire missiles, communication systems. It can tap into phone and radio transmissions, monitor enemy transmissions, stealth system. It made Airwolf invisible to radar. It takes a crew of 2 to 3. Its speed was Mach 1 to Mach 2. It's bulletproof. It's bulletproof around, and it's got a good fuselage. For $1984, like I said, it had all the bells and whistles on it. Of course, it won its time slot to come back for season 2. And so, yeah, my favorite episodes, like, of course, I've got, like, all 4 seasons of Airwolf are available on Peacock, NBC, streaming service. Yeah. So, basically, yeah. And it's like, you've got, I've got season 1 of like, it's called The Shadow of the Hawk, Airwolf the Movie, Daddy's Gone Hunting, Bite of the Jackal, Proof Through the Night, One Way Express, Echoes from the Past, Fight Like a Dove, Mad Over Miami. Yeah, and so you got to pick it up. If you ever, the coolest show for its time on CBS, basically a surprise. So yeah, and I did post more of, like, Airwolf, like, the entrant. I did post more of, like, the copter Airwolf function and capabilities on my blogcast page. I'm not going to get into it now. And I did post more of, like, air trailers for season 1 of Airwolf, and a few clips from the TV show. So pick it up. Like I said, this was like a it's like a Jan Michael Vincent double shot. Like, I mean, look at him right there. He didn't have a happy life, Jan Michael Vincent. Like, yeah, Jan Michael Vincent passed away passed away February 10th, 2019, sorry. This past, like, he was born on July 15th, 1944. So, actually, yeah, last week he would have been, like, I don't know what he would have been. But, yeah, he was very much a hardcore alcoholic. He was a great actor, though, troubled guy, pretty much. And may you rest in peace, Jan Michael Vincent. And so, yeah, like I said, I did post more of Airwolf's, like, clips from Airwolf's TV show, season 1, on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. Oh. There might be a little bit of a bathroom break later on. I'm just forewarning you right now. But yeah, look at, I got Big Jims Blogcast Live coffee mug there with the harmonica in it. All right. So, as we get to, like, Yeah. All right. So this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 346, Sunday, July 19th, 2026. I get through, and I got my craft beer going on. I got a good cigar going with it. Oya Montana Habana. Okay. So, and accompanying that is Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. Yeah. Cheers. So I've got tonight's craft beer. It is Lone Pine. It is a West Coast IPA by the Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario. Look at that. I am trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right. So, yeah, it's not a bad beer. There's a little bit of like that pine citrus aftertaste to it. Okay. And, yeah, it's whether it's a spring, summer, or fall, or wintertime beer, I will let you know. It's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. I am going to, like, open it. This is a backup. So I will top it up here. Yeah. So, and I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here sticking around, feel free to throw out a number between 1 and 10, as so many people have done in the past. So, okay. Got a forestry vibe to it. Forestry, jungle, forest, like dense forest vibe to it. Lots of trees. So I'll just set this back here for now. All right. So basically I'm going to... Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm going to start this movie all over again. Play the movie. All right. Enter. There we go. All right. All right. All right. Bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Back. I'm back for good. So, anyways, all right. So as we get to, yeah, as always, Netflix has like WWE content on it, and they got all the pay-per-views, right? So I was watching SummerSlam 1991. All right. So, a match made in hell, SummerSlam 91. It aired Monday, August 26, 1991. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So we've got like a. All right. Okay. Boom. Actually. All right. So. All right. So, anyways, we've got SummerSlam 91. It's a match made in hell. It was held at Madison Square Garden in New York City. We're going to list off the matches here. Coco Beware defeated Kato. That was in a dark match. The Dragon, British Bulldog, Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich defeated the Warlord and Power and Glory. Where are they? Where are you guys? Oh, yeah, Power and Glory. So, all right. We've got like... Bret Hart defeated Mr. Perfect in the ice for the Intercontinental title. Where is that? Oh, yeah. That's another SummerSlam match. That was the best match on the card, by the way. Natural Disasters with Jimmy Hart defeated the Bushwhackers and Andre the Giant. Where are you guys? So, anyways. All right. Yes, they did. There we go. There's another SummerSlam match. That match was okay. Virgil defeated Ted DiBiase with Sensational Sherry in his corner for the $1 million belt. There we go. That's another SummerSlam match. Big Boss Man defeated the Mountie in a jailhouse match. that was entertaining too. You see the Mountie like put on like a temper tantrum. He had to go to jail for the night. Legion of Doom defeated the Nasty Boys. Where's the Legion of Doom here? All right, Road Warrior Hawk and Animal defeated the Nasty Boys. All right. IRS defeated Greg Valentine. I don't know why that was on the card, but yeah, card of the night: Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior defeated with special guest referee. Guess who was a special referee for this one? Sid Justice. All right. So, yeah. Defeated Sergeant Slaughter, General Adnan, and Colonel Mustafa. All right. There's Sergeant Slaughter, Colonel Mustafa. Right. There's General Adnan right here, Colonel Mustafa. And if you recognize the guy, it's the Iron Sheik repackaged as General Mustafa. So, but yeah. The stories were interesting behind this. This featured the on-screen wedding of Miss Elizabeth and Randy Savage. There we go. All right. The on-screen, even though they were married in real life, they've been married since December of 1984. Two unwanted guests, though, at the wedding of Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth were Jake Roberts. All right. And The Undertaker. The Undertaker, he attacked. Okay, there's The Undertaker attacked Savage with an urn. Jake Roberts, taunted Miss Elizabeth with Damien in his corner. All right. The Ultimate Warrior. The build-up for the, like I said, the build-up here for where are we here? All right. The build-up for, SummerSlam 1991 was that the Gulf War. You remember the Gulf War? The WWE decided to make a storyline out of it. Sergeant Slaughter, America's hero, decided to turn heel with these guys, and the Americans didn't take too kindly to that. So, and challenge the Gulf War. It was also noticeable for this is Andre the Giant's last pay-per-view, last United States pay-per-view appearance, as he was getting on crutches to get around, basically. The disease was taking a toll on him. So anyways, the Ultimate Warrior basically threatened. All right, like I said, marriage. The Ultimate Warrior here. Here's a better picture of him. Where is he? The Ultimate Warrior threatened to no-show SummerSlam unless he was paid around $500,000. He claimed it was owed to him. So keep in mind, this bears relevance because, like I said, you got the matches on the card there. The Road Warriors defeating Nasty Boys. And this is basically the best match in the card. Bret Hart versus Kurt Hennig for the Intercontinental title. Kurt Hennig, after losing the Intercontinental title, took a couple of months off to deal with some nagging injuries. Special guest referee for the match between Hulk, Ultimate Warrior, and the and these guys. So Sid. So, all right. So basically, Ultimate Warrior and Hulk went into the match. End of the match, they win. Basically, they win over Sergeant or the Slaughter, Mustafa, and General Adnan. So basically, the wedding. Basically, there we go. So basically, the Ultimate. Okay, so they win. They win the match, Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. And they go back. Ultimate Warrior chases Adnan, Slaughter, and Khashoggi to the back and through the curtain. Vince McMahon is there. He hands Warrior a $500,000 check and then tells him, "You're fired. Never, ever, you're fired." if you notice that, Hulk Hogan is all alone in the ring except for with Sid Justice, and he does his big pose down, convinces Sid to do a pose down too, and of course the other one that is like the one that's pissed off by this is Jake Roberts, because he was promised by Vince McMahon a title, a big money feud with the Ultimate Warrior, and it never materialized. So it's basically when Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior and Sergeant Slaughter hear about like what the Ultimate Warrior is planning to do, they go to Vince McMahon and say, "Hey, we can break one of his legs as a message." And Vince goes like, "No, you know what? We're gonna face a lawsuit for that. Don't do it." But yeah, Jake Roberts was the real loser here, as he missed out on a big money feud with the Ultimate Warrior, which was promised to him by Vince McMahon. And Vince tells Jake Roberts, "You have the unluckiest timing ever." And so, yeah. And for many years, Jake Roberts had a vendetta against the Ultimate Warrior for that. Yeah. And so basically, and I did post like a couple of matches from the SummerSlam '91. SummerSlam '91, I did post like the Intercontinental title, Bret Hart versus like Mr. Perfect. That was the best one on the card there. Dragon, British Bulldog, Texas Tornado defeated Warlord and Power and Glory. That was an okay match. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was welcomed back into the company after coming back from WCW. Vince welcomed him back basically because he burned his bridges. He wanted when he won the Intercontinental title a couple of years ago, he wanted to take time off to be with his wife, and that's a huge no-no in the WWE, and that pissed Vince McMahon off. So IRS versus Greg Valentine, I don't know, that was filler match. But Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, with special guest referee Sid Justice defeating Sergeant Slaughter, Colonel Mustafa, and General Adnan. Colonel Mustafa, the Iron Sheik repackaged as Colonel Mustafa. Iron Sheik, I'm not going to get into that, was hired back after being fired on the spot. But yeah, the on-screen wedding of Randy Savage, Miss Elizabeth. They were already married in real life since December of 1984. Jake Roberts and Undertaker were the uninvited guests. Jake Roberts put the snake in Miss Elizabeth's face, and Undertaker attacked Savage with the urn. So yeah, and it got so bad they moved it so basically Sergeant Slaughter was getting death threats from people, and they had to up security for SummerSlam '91. Seriously. But if you like I said, I did post more of the matches. I did post a couple of the matches and promos for my blogcast page and on my regular page too. So yeah, get a chance if you're cruising through Netflix, rewatch SummerSlam '91. It's very interesting, especially when you know. It was pre-internet, and I didn't know that. I wondered where the Ultimate Warrior went. I didn't know that as soon as he went through that curtain, he was handed his money, and then fired by Vince McMahon for holding him up. And so, all right. So yeah, bam, boom. So it's an interesting pay-per-view to watch, to rewatch it. If you do that, yeah, get a chance to. All right. So yeah, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live version 8.0, episode 346, Sunday, July 19th, 2026. As we get into our boom, bam, bongo solo there. Yeah. And if you call me up on the hotline, you want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309, on your rotary phone or your cell, feel free to do so. Yeah, we want, hey, Jim, how's that working out? How's the beer? There we go. 1-800-867-5309 is toll free to call. You don't need your parents' permission. All right. Boom, bam. Yeah, there we are. So, There we are. Just spraying the apartment down. All right. So, my craft beer for tonight, accompanied by like a good cigar, Hoya Montana Habana. Got that from Riverfront Cigars. We've got like accompanied my craft beer is Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. So, yeah, and we've got a good craft beer going on tonight. We have Lone Pine. It is by Sawdust City Brewery in Graveshurst, Ontario, Canada. It is a West Coast IPA. I'm going to top this mother up. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. I've got a beer mustache, everybody. So, yeah. I say my thoughts on this beer. What do we got here? All right. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. We got like it's got that like citrusy pine aftertaste to it. It's still there. This has got to grow on me all through the blogcast, but all right. Yeah. It's not that bad of a beer. Like I said, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around, feel free to like throw in a number between 1 and 10, like as so many people have done. We're all about audience participation here at the blogcast. So, yeah. All right. So, all right. Okay. So, it's Lone Pine. It's a West Coast IPA by Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. Let me just sit this down right here, and so, all right. And how you enjoying your summer? It's late Sunday night. Thank you for joining me. All right. So if you're on Netflix, and you see a documentary by the Dallas Cowboys, yeah, we've got like it's called like America's Team, the Gambler and His Cowboys. All right, so we've got a classic Dallas Cowboy, but a little bit of, like on the documentary is called America's Team, the Gambler and His Cowboys. And this guy right here is Jerry Jones, the current owner of the Dallas Cowboys. Former owner, you have Bum Bright right here, the late Bum Bright. And it focuses on, like, the Dallas Cowboys have only won, like, 5 Super Bowls in their lifetime. 2 under Tom Landry. This is Tom Landry, the first coach of the Dallas Cowboys, but and then we've got like Jimmy Johnson, this guy right here. He won 2 Super Bowls, and then Barry Switzer, this guy right here, won 1 of them. So in our classic Dallas Cowboy, right on, there's a close up. Jerry Jones is still the owner and general manager, and the owner, operator, general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. So we've got like our classic Dallas Cowboy here, Derek Kennard. Here's another number 60 with the big star, and also there we go. So all right, and he played under Barry Switzer, 1995 Super Bowl. He was born September 9th, 1962, in Stockton, California. 6'3", height, weight 333 pounds. Big guy. High school, he attends Edison High School, where he was an offensive tackle. Number 73 jersey, was retired in 1996. University accepts a football scholarship for the University of Nevada as a defensive tackle. His pro career, Los Angeles Express picked him in the 3rd round of the 1984 USFL draft, the United States Football League. They're now defunct. They folded. He plays as a guard position and plays in 20 games for 2 seasons. The 1984 NFL Supplementary Draft of the USFL and CFL players, he was selected by the St. Louis Cardinals. 45th overall. USFL folds in August of 1986, and he joins the Cardinals. He plays the position of left guard and center by 1989. He plays 73 games for the Cardinals. August 1991, he was traded to the New Orleans Saints. He starts the season at right guard, but his injury to his pec muscles sidelined him for the rest of the year. 1991, Rogers, he regains his guard position. What do we got here? All right. Dallas Cowboys. April 18th, 1984, he signs with the Dallas Cowboys and as an unrestricted free agent to be the starting right guard, and also becomes an offensive lineman. Super Bowl under head coach Barry Switzer. He starts at center and plays with a severely separated shoulder. He wanted to retire, but Jerry Jones personally intervened and said, no, please continue with the team. The 1996 season, he resigns with the Cowboys for one game, but with injuries, he retires at the end of the year. So, basically, all right. So there's your... There's your, Derek Kennard. There he is, big boy. There's another one of them right there. Getty Images. Number 60. I did post most of his highlights and his career highlights on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So look for it. All right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 346, Sunday, July 19th, 2026. Thank you for ending your weekend with me. I'm coming off. I've got to go to work tomorrow. I'm coming off a week's holiday, so yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. So, yeah. So, anyways, I'm going to remind you guys that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all these audio listening platforms, which is a podcast too, plus my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at YouTube.com. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia, Port Elgin groups. Port Elgin rocks. I became admin of that a couple of days ago. So, yeah, Sarnia group supporting Sarnia 2.0, Sarnia rocks. Michelle, you guys rock. All the pop culture, retro classic, vintage, nostalgia, yesteryear groups. All the Van Halen, Bob Seger, hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock groups, craft beer, cigars. Sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, pro wrestling, but blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthdays, bongos. All right. Yeah. All the James Bond groups. I've got a good cigar going on with my craft beer tonight. We've got a Hoya Montero Habana cigar from Riverfront Cigars. We've got our Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. And tonight, our craft beer, it is Lone Pine West Coast IPA. Lone Pine by the Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario. Like I said, I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. I'm going to give it a little top up here. All right. So, yeah. So, all right. Yeah. All right. It like I said, it's got a pine, citrusy aftertaste to it. Other than that, whether it's a spring, summer, or fall beer, I'm going to start it off by it's a good end of winter spring beer for that. Let's start it off by that. It would go good with a salads, but yeah, all right. Like I said, I do give it a rating. I do give this a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here and sticking around, if you want to throw out a number between 1 and 10, see how it matches up with mine, feel free to do so. So, but yeah, we still got that pine citrusy aftertaste to it, and I'm going to place this back here for now. All right. So, Okay. All right. All right. So if you're like me, okay. Boom, bam. Bongo solo there. All right. So yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll know what this is. Twin Bespin cloud car. I thought this is, well, here's more of a picture of it. All right. This was from the second Star Wars movie, Empire Strikes Back. You see it, there's Lando Calrissian. It's when the Millennium Falcon is in trouble. Han, Chewie, Leia, Chewbacca, and C-3PO want to land on platform 327 of Cloud City because Lando is an old friend of Han Solo's. They didn't think the Empire would show up, but they are there. They're in hiding. But anyways, yeah, there's Lando Calrissian, the Millennium Falcon. But it's our Bespin cloud car intercepts the Millennium Falcon and demands identification. There we go. There's the twin pods there. Like I said, this is from the second Star Wars movie, Empire Strikes Back. We've got the Storm 4 twin pod car. It's a class atmospheric propulsor craft manufactured by Bespin Motors and used by the Bespin Wing Guard. So this particular brand of cloud car was designed for patrolling, policing purposes. All right, so ooh, look at that. So yeah, the Storm 4 consisted of two pods. All right, these open. They got two man. The vehicle's pilot, one from the port side. The vehicle's pilot controlled the craft from the port side. The gunner will be housed in the starboard pod and man the light blaster cannon controls. There we are. So here's a close-up. Storm 4 twin pods were connected by a repulsor lift engine that was powered by an ion engine. Storm 4. They're over 7 meters in length. It could get up to speeds of 115 kilometers per hour. Cost of one Storm 4 twin pod craft would begin at 30,000 credits. So if you got 30,000 credits to spend, you can buy this to protect your Cloud City city. Armored canopy. Okay, the blaster cannons were on the side. Retractable landing gear. Look at that. So, all right. Here's the landing gear. There we go. Retractable. All right. So, all right, you get the idea. Retractable landing gear. Under Armour plating. Twin pilots there. And I did post more of that, more of the background of the Bespin cloud car on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So, yeah, it's all right. So there we are. Bespin cloud car. You've got both the pilots in there. One the gunner, one the pilot. Retractable landing gear. The blaster cannons on the side. Under Armour plating. Yeah. So can travel up to 1,500 kilometers per hour, but it's a pretty penny at 30,000 credits in the Star Wars universe. So we'll just place this back here. Right there. All right. Like I said, I did post more info, more of the backstory on the Bespin cloud cars on my blogcast page and my Facebook page there. So, yeah. Wow. All right. All right. All right, well, fuck. Okay, so this is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 346. Thank you for tuning in. It is Sunday, July 19th, 2026. So, yeah, boom. All right. Bam. I've got a big book of Bond there. So, my craft beer for tonight, accompanied by the Hoya Montana Habana cigar. We've got Gibson's Finest Whiskey right here. All right. Our craft beer for tonight, it is Lone Pine. Lone Pine, it's an IPA, West Coast IPA. Look at the clearness of that. It's by Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, this is not a bad beer. If you've got your hops to it, it's they marketed this. It's like an aggressively hopped, bursting with flavors of pine and citrus. Oh, it's bursting with flavors, all right. So, but I'll give it a little top up. But whoa, look at the head on that one. Got a beer mustache there. Craft beer mustache. But seriously, I see this as a late winter, early spring beer. Damn. And it's making me go to the bathroom too. So, still, it's got that pine and citrus aftertaste to it. It's not a bad beer. I'm gonna peg this as start us off. It's gonna be pegged as an early spring, late winter, early spring beer. But it does go good with it would go good with salads. So, but yeah. Like I said, I do give it a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. If you're still here sticking around, you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so. So I'll just place this back here for now. Yeah, holy shit. All right. All right. So anyways, as I had to get up and go, anywho, we come to our classic Bond character. From 007. If you are a long-time viewer of Big Jim Blogcast Live, I am a 007 James Bond fan. I like the movies from Connery to George Lazenby, Roger Moore, to Timothy Dalton to Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, so our classic Bond character, we focus on Diamonds Are Forever, all the way back 1971. We have Tiffany Case. She is portrayed by Jill St. John. Her first appearance only appearance in 1971's Diamonds Are Forever, starring Sean Connery as James Bond. Here's an older version of there we go. There's Tiffany Case with Mr. James Bond right there. All right. From the Big Book of Bond, we've got the Big Book, The Essential Bond, which covers from Connery to all the way up to Pierce Brosnan. So, all right. 1971. God damn. Wow. So, yeah. All right, and here she is. By the way, here's an older version of James Bond, Sean Connery, in Never Say Never era. So there's a story behind that. I'm not going to get into that. So, but yeah, Tiffany Case. All right, from Diamonds Are Forever. There we go. Played by Jill St. Johns. She's an American. She was affiliated with Spectre. Tiffany Case is a small-time smuggler working for Ernest Stavro Blofeld and Spectre. James Bond poses as a gangster Peter Franks. All right, so and secretly partners with Tiffany to investigate her in Blofeld's latest scheme. Tiffany Case gets caught up in more trouble as Blofield's henchmen begin eliminating all links from the smuggling chain. The henchmen accidentally kill another Bond girl, Plenty O'Toole, and now Tiffany turns to Bond and help him follow the path of the smuggled diamonds. Tiffany Case has helped Bond defeat Blofield as they leave America on a cruise together. Blofield's henchmen try and kill them, but Bond foils it, and they continue on the cruise. So there we go. There's like it's from Diamonds Are Forever. Sean Connery as James Bond. We've got like so all your Bonds here, from like Connery to Lazenby to Roger Moore to Timothy Dalton to like Pierce Brosnan. And there's another action shot of Tiffany Case and James Bond. And here we go. Yes, and she was portrayed by Jill St. John. Only appearance in 1971's Diamonds Are Forever. So not bad, you know. Look, Jill St. John as Tiffany Case. So, and damn, there might be another bathroom break coming up. So you never know. All right, so bear with me here. I got another bathroom break coming up. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah. So, anyways, if and I did post more of Tiffany Case's like backstory with Bond on with like several clips from the movie on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. Look for that. So, all right. Fuck. Boom. All right. Bam. Boom. Ba ba ba. All right, so if you want to call me up on the hotline, 1-800-867-5309, either on your rotary phone or your cell. Hey, Jim, how's that beer going down? We love the blogcast. All right, it's toll-free to call. You don't need your parents' permission. You don't need your wife's permission. 1-800-867-5309. So, yeah. I want to remind everybody tonight that Big Jim Blogcast Live is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you listen to your audio podcast. I do have my own YouTube channel, Big Jim Blogcast Live at youtube.com. All right. I want to give shouts out to you watching the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, Port Elgin Rocks. If you're watching me from there, I'm in there, so it's all right. Sarnia group, Sarnia Rocks, Michelle Dion, you rock. Supporting Sarnia 2.0, all the pop culture, retro classic, nostalgia yesteryear groups, all the Van Halen, Bob Seger hard rock, hair metal classic rock groups, all the craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, Star Trek, pro wrestling, blog and vlog groups, classic TV and movies, birthday groups, bongos, Rubik's, right on. So, yeah. Boom. Bam. All right. So, as we get to our, my craft beer for tonight. All right. My craft beer, accompanied by a Hoya Montero Habana. Good cigar. That is like, all right. Good. Yeah, get this spray. It makes your apartment smell like roses. All right. But anyways, accompanying that is our Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. All right. You top that up a little bit. Fuck. There we go. All right. So the craft beer for tonight, it is called Lone Pine. Look at that. Lone Pine. It's by the Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. It's West Coast IPA. Trying it for the very first time tonight. It's not a bad beer. It isn't. I mean, it. It's like. Yeah, it's still got that. I'm still feeling that aftertaste to it, like that pine and citrus aftertaste to it. I see this as like a late winter, early spring, late winter, full spring, beer, where you're just discovering like a lot of stuff there. Yeah, it tastes. Yeah, like if you're in the forest. This would be a good hiking beer, actually. Yeah, a good hiking beer. And if you want to throw out a number between 1 and 10, feel free to do so. I give it a rating from 1 out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So it's got to grow on me. And so I'll give this a little top up. All right. So there we go. I'll just place this back here. All right. Look. Bam. All right. So, yeah. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 346, Sunday, July 19th, 2026. It's a good night. I'm just coming off a week's vacation, and like you, I have to go to work tomorrow. All right. I like the likes and loves for that. All right. Look. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Yeah. We've got our classic album. Yeah. So we've got our classic album tonight. It is oh yeah. All right. Remember this guy? It's Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, and this is like a legacy album. As it will be 50 years old this year. Night Moves by Bob Seger, released October 22nd, 1976. So yeah, still holds up over time. This is recorded at 3 different studios. This is our legacy album. Muscle Shoals Sound Studios in Sheffield, Alabama. Pampa Studios in Warner, Michigan. And Nimbus 9 Studios in Toronto, Ontario. So part of this is Canadian. Part of this is Canadian. Toronto, Ontario. This is produced by Bob Seger, his manager Punch Andrews, long-time Seger manager, and Punch also manages Kim Mitchell. No, Kid Rock. Sorry, he also manages Kid Rock, and the late Jack Richardson, who's worked with Alice Cooper, Kim Mitchell, the Guess Who, the Irish Rovers. Night Moves is Bob Seger's 9th studio album. We've got the Silver Bullet Band. Drew Abbott on lead guitar, Robin Robbins on piano, organ, Alto Reed, the late Alto Reed on saxophone, Chris Campbell on bass, Charlie Allen Morton on drummer. The song side 1, Rock and Roll Never Forgets, Night Moves, The Fire Down Below, Sunburst. Side 2, we got Sunspot, Baby, Main Street, Come to Papa, Ship of Fools, and Mary Lou. There's no filler on this album. It sounds really good. Night Moves was the first single off the album, based on Seger's experience. Based on he had a teenage love affair in the early '60s, growing up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, with an Italian girl. I posted the video, 1994 NP video. Seger performing at a drive-in. Matt LeBlanc and Daphne Zuniga from Friends and Melrose Place are in it. Night Moves reaches number 4 on the U.S. Billboard album singles charts. Second single, Main Street, released April 1977, went to number 24 on the U.S. Billboard album Hot 100. Seger was singing about Main Street in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where he grew up, the pool hall, the hustlers, etc. Third single, Rock and Roll Never Forgets, June 1977, peaks at number 41 on the Billboard Hot 100. Song, this was written after Bob Seger attended a high school reunion, returned to the it's a tribute to Chuck Berry. Night Moves actually was Bob Seger's breakthrough album into Superstar, and the album was Bob Seger's first platinum-selling album, into 1 million copies. So, and so all right, and you gotta, if you see this, I picked this up in Goodwill, believe it or not. So here's the Bob Seger Silver Bullet Band was Bob Seger. So, but yeah, I did post more of I did post a video for Night Moves. And I post a few songs on there on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. So yeah, enjoy it. But if you ever see this album, this was Bob Seger's breakthrough album at the time, made him a superstar. There's no filler on this album. It's a great album. If you ever see it in the record shops or in Goodwill, pick it up, because it's a good. If you got an old school turntable, what do we got? We've got the liner notes here. Fire down below. Come to Papa. Bum, 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 bum. I'll be your Papa. Ship of Fools, Mary Lou. Like I said, no filler on this album. This was a classic, 50 years old. It's 50 years old, and it still stands the test of time today. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Night Moves. So, yeah. All right. What? So, I'm sorry, but there's a third bathroom break. I gotta, what? Yeah. All right. Whew, Jesus, I'm back. I'm coming back. I'm right here. And so, yeah. Oh my God. Fuck. All right. So, this is Big Jim Blogcast Live. Version 8.0, episode 346. Like I said, I'm back. And I got a good craft. Well, I got a craft beer going on tonight, but I don't know. So yeah, if you've ever get a chance to pick up Bob Seger's Night Moves, the album, pick it up. It's a classic album. It's 50 years old. Still stands the test of time today. No filler on it. Main Street. Down on Main Street. Down. And the songs, Rock and Roll Never Forgets, Night Moves, Fire Down Below, Sunspot Baby, Main Street, Come to Papa. Really great album here. So, yeah. And like I said, I did post more of it. A couple of those songs, videos on my blogcast page and my Facebook page. And so, all right. We've got our Big Jim Blogcast Live coffee mug here. All right. So, along with I got a craft beer going on, with accompanied by a Hoya de Monterey Habana Cuban cigar from Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia. We've got, with that is Gibson's Finest Whiskey. I got to get a new one. It's basically yeah. So cheers, everyone. All right. So, all right. Good spray. And accompanying that is my wow. I also recommend being near a bathroom when you take this beer. It is called. I'm trying this beer for the very first time tonight. It is Lone Pine. It is by the Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. It's a West Coast IPA. And yeah, it's still that pine citrus aftertaste to it. I'm going to recommend this as like a good wintertime spring beer. Goes good with like it will go good with salads when you're. It's a good hiking beer. If you want to get the feel of the forest, take this beer along with you. And so, but it does make you like yeah, I want to go to the bathroom a bunch of times. Sorry about that. All right. So yeah. And like I said, I will give this a rating shortly from 1 to 10. If you guys out there want to like, or anybody out there wants to throw out a number, feel free to do so between 1 and 10. Here we go. I'll just set this back here. All right. So as we come in my most favorite time in the blogcast. All right. So yeah, we've got bam. Bongo solo there. All right, Van Halen. All right, this week in Van Halen history. One of my most favorite time in the blogcast this week in Van Halen history, from July 13th to the 19th. It covers all eras of the band. We've got like the original VH up here. We've got the Sammy Hagar, Gary Sharon, and Wolfgang Van Halen. So here we go. July 13th, 1997. Sammy Hagar plays the Heritage Theater in Saginaw, Michigan. July 13th, 1991. David Lee Roth plays the Kingswood Music Theater in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. July 14th, 1983. Van Halen plays the Jones Beach Amphitheater in Wantagh, New York. July 14th, 1979. Van Halen played the Civic Coliseum in Amarillo, Texas. July 15th, 2005. David Lee Roth plays Bayfest in Sarnia, Ontario Park and Centennial Park. I remember that. I was there for that. I was only a few feet away from David Lee Roth and he sprayed the crowd with Jack Daniels. Some of it got on me. So, hey. All right. So, yeah. July 15th, 1988, Van Halen brings the Monsters of Rock tour to Candlestick Park in San Francisco, California. July 16th, 1983, Sammy Hagar opens for ZZ Top at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. July 16th, 1988, David Lee Roth plays the Civic Center in Springfield, Massachusetts. July 16th, 1979, Van Halen played the Municipal Auditorium in Austin, Texas. July 17th, 1981, Van Halen plays Madison Square Garden in New York, New York. July 17th, 1986, Van Halen appears on NBC's Today Show. July 18th, 1982, Van Halen played the Coliseum in Columbia, South Carolina. July 18th, 1979, Van Halen played the Keating 2 Community Center in Wichita, Kansas. July 19th, 1991, David Lee Roth plays the Valdy Lakes Amphitheater in Mears, Michigan. July 19th, 1995, Van Halen plays the Deer Creek Amphitheater in Noblesville, Indiana. And July 19th, 1998, Van Halen played the Riverfest Amphitheater in St. Louis, Missouri. Bam. And that is all for this week in Van Halen history. So there we go. All right. Oh yeah. All right. So yeah. So in a few moments, I'm going to rate this beer. All right. All right. So yeah. All right. So the time has come. Bongo solo right there. All right. And I've got like the Big Jims Blogcast coffee mug. Harmonica inside. There we go. Start your morning with Big Jims Blogcast Live. So, all right. With this beer, I've got a good cigar going on. Hoya, Montana. From Riverfront Cigars right here in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Gibson's Finest Whiskey. All right. So, All right. So now, I'm going to rate this beer. Whether this beer is like we've got like it's Lone Pine, it's a West Coast IPA. It's by the Sawdust City Brewery in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. It makes you pee a lot. Let's put it that way. Now, this still has the pine citrusy aftertaste to it. This is a good winter, springtime beer. I wouldn't recommend it in the spring, in the summer or fall. It's a good hiking beer. It's got that aftertaste that sticks with you. I'll give it a top up here. And yeah, it would go good with salads. It would go good, like I said, it's a good hiking beer when you're in the forest. You're at one with nature. Yeah, and so I am going to rate it right now. And if you want to throw out a number between 1 and 10, feel free to do so. I am going to give it no. To be fair, I am going to give it not that. All right, 6 out of 10. There we go. All right, 6 out of 10. All right, and where does that? It's just it 6 out of 10. So and where does that land? All right, where does that land us on our beer chart here? Let's see. Above average, tastes pretty good, drinkable, but not much else going on here. So there we go. Yeah, it's 6 out of 10. I just I didn't get the feel for it. It's a good beer, but it's a good hiking beer, good winter spring beer. Goes good with salads. It's a good indoor beer. I don't recommend it for a back deck. It's not not a good beach beer, but it's drinkable. It's fine. It's okay, but it doesn't land us in the near upper echelon top 10. I gave it a 6, and I'm being kind on that. So I'll just place this back here. All right. So, when it does, I stay close. If you're at a public event and drinking that beer, I stay close to a bathroom. So, for now, I've been getting requests for like T-shirts. If you want a T-shirt like mine, want a plain white T-shirt or a baseball jersey T-shirt with the logo on the front and the back, or any design, any height, like any size, inbox me at my regular, on my blogcast page, or my regular Facebook page, Facebook profile, and I will do my best to get these T-shirts out to you. It is they are $35, shipping and handling included, 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. So, oh yeah. Are we gonna do all right. So, anyways, yeah. So let me all right. So let's see here. We were gonna do a 10 gong salute to Sam Neill, who passed away, the legendary Sam Neill, if I could find that. All right. But let's see. But anyway, we'll go ahead with the 10 gong salute to Sam Neill and Jan Michael Vincent. All right. So yeah, and like I said, I gave a 6 out of 10 to West Coast Lone Pine by the Sawdust City in Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. Like I said, when I do these craft beer reviews, I don't go, it's basically a highbrow, high-tasting craft beer, upper crust society. I go with my gut and what's in here. So, yeah. And I'll give it a little top up. If you ever run across this beer, You know, you drink it, you buy it at your own peril. Mm. 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 I've got like a beer selfie going on, beer like cigar, like a mustache, beer mustache going on there. I'll give you my motivational, inspirational quote. Oh man, fuck. Victory has 1,000 fathers. Defeat is an orphan, and that's by JFK. I'll repeat that. Victory has 1,000 fathers, and defeat is an orphan, by JFK. Excuse me for 1 minute here. Okay, back. Wow, fuck. Lone Pine IPA. All right. So as we wind down, yeah, 6 out of 10. Wow. It just, I do not have like a overreacted bladder there. This makes you like piss like a racehorse. Mm. Mm. All right. So we place this back here. And yeah, fuck. All right, so. Yes, Larry, it is going through me. I'm being kind. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I'm being kind with that. So, yeah, good. Yeah. Good thing I'm drinking this at home. Fuck. I mean, fuck. All right. By the way, Debbie, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you and all the other birthday, happy birthday. I hope you're celebrating it, in style while you're watching this blogcast. So. So yeah, all right. So yeah, and my motivational quote: "Victory has 1,000 fathers. Defeat is an orphan." All right. So, anyways, if you want to call up the hotline, 1-800-867-5309. Call me up on your rotary or your cell. How's that beer going through me? Pretty well. You already know. So, anyways, toll free to call. You don't need your parents' permission. So, hey, Gwen, how are you? Yeah, boom. So, yeah, how are you, Gwen? Yeah, you've yeah, it was a good blogcast tonight. So, anyways, all right. This is Big Jim Blogcast Live, version 8.0, episode 346, Sunday, July 19th, 2026. All right. So, anyways. All right, that's it for me, people. We gave 6 out of 10 to Lone Pine West Coast IPA by Sawdust City in Darlinghurst, Ontario, Canada. Our birthday shout-outs: Evelyn Hathaway, Jen Little, Paul Martin, Monique Richard, Brenda Stevenson, Dave Woodward, Shannon Wolf, Toby Green, Debbie Day Felice. Happy birthday to you. We got our Sam Neill Tribute, our Jan Michael Vincent Double Shot, Damnation Alley and Airwolf-Season 1, SummerSlam 1991, Derek Kennard, Classic Cowboy, our Empire Strikes Back, the Best from Cloudfire, our classic Bond Girl, Tiffany Case from Diamonds Are Forever, our classic Legacy album, Bob Seger's Night Moves, This Week in Van Halen History, our motivational quote, Victory of 1,000 Fathers, Defeat is an Orphan, JFK. This podcast is not spam. The audio version will go away on Spotify, Apple Podcast, These are listening platforms of the podcast too. We're playing on YouTube channel, Big Jims Blogcast live at youtube.com. We're watching the Fort Elgin Sarnia group, Fort Elgin Rocks. Sarnia Rocks, Michelle, you guys rock. All the pop culture record, Project Vincent style, the yesteryear groups. Van Halen, Bob Seger, Hard Rock, Emerald Classic Rock Group, Peter's Guards, Sci-Fi, Star Trek, Star Wars, Pro Wrestling, Blog Spot, everything, the movies, birthday, bongos. You're not going to see me next weekend, you'll see me the weekend after. So, have a good one, everybody. And yeah, that's it for me for Big Jims Blogcast Live. I'm Jim, Debbie, happy birthday, Larry, Gwen, Heidi. Alright, rock on, people. And you will see me the weekend after. So cheers, everyone. Enjoy your week.